What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Tower of God New World video. Alright guys, we did a showcase on Shia and as well as the red team that she goes well with, but we did not have Viole in the team. So today we're going to do a Viole showcase. And one thing I want to talk about real quick is whether he's going to be worth it compared to the other SSR pluses, especially if you are a free-to-play player. Now, I don't have the unit. I am going to summon a few times, though, just for the sake of summoning. I am going to be using a friend's unit instead. He has Viole. He's on my friend list, so we're going to try him out. We're going to look at his kit. We're going to go through it all, and we're going to see how he does as a free-to-play player, because he is also not a fully duped Viole. Like he's got, I don't think he has any dupes, as a matter of fact. So this is going to be a good test to see how he fits into the mold. We'll try him in a red team. We'll try him in a mixed team, and as well, we'll just see if he's worth it, right? We'll compare it to some of the other SSR pluses out there to see if your goal should change at all in any way, shape, or form. As usual, my luck is absolute garbage. It just doesn't change. So there you go. We'll do that one time and get that out of the way. So let's go into the actual teammates and go into the codex and look at Viole and kind of go through the kit together, so you guys can kind of get a general sense of what we're looking at here. Okay. So this is, keep in mind, this is a level 5. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let me go back in. Let me go back into story mode here. And we'll actually continue. You can see I'm 1521. I haven't been pushing very much, to be honest. I probably could get to 16 at this point with my free-to-play. Catch to my buddy Terrorizer. But I've been very busy with real life and other games that have come out as well. So let's put this to the test, okay? We're gonna go to support. I think he's already in my support. Where is he? Oh, how come he's gone? Interesting. Okay, so I guess I used it, but I left it. So this is Luke right here. I think he's got the best Viole for me. So shout out to my buddy Luke, who is a mod on my Discord. So let's click on this here. I can't actually look at his kit. Okay, so that's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through. Here's the problem. If I exit out again, it's actually going to kick me out of my. It's gonna actually take up a support. So we're gonna use him. We're gonna look through his kit after the fact and kind of actually no, that doesn't make sense. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit. Let's look at his kit first. I should have done this first. Sorry guys. I thought you could actually look at a kit when you borrow someone's, but you can't. Okay. So, Thorn. This is a special move. Viole activates a Thorn to increase his attack by 80% and his swiftness by 80. Again, this is the level 5 version, of course. With no dupes, you're probably going to get a lot lower in numbers. In addition, he becomes immune to status effects. While Thorn is active, Viole's skills are enhanced and his basic attacks jolt targets. However, his energy is not restored until the Thorn is no longer active, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'm curious to see how that goes. I guess it makes sense, though, because if the Thorn's out, this is pretty much the whole point of his specials, to have it out. So if it's already out, then why would he recover it? I guess it'd be just unlimited energy recovery. So it kind of makes sense, I guess. Viole teleports to the enemy, dealing 900% of his attack as damage and knocking him back, before returning to his original position. The skill is enhanced while the Thorn is active, dealing the same amount of damage to enemies in the rear. That's pretty crazy. That's a lot of damage, man. So for the Peacock Wings, okay? Black Hole Sphere. Viole creates 5 bongs, deals 400 of his attack as damage, and jolts targets. While the Thorn is active, each bong flies at random targets and explodes, dealing 620% of his attack and stunning the targets for 3 seconds. So, I mean, honestly, he looks really good on paper. Viole's swiftness increased by 12% for every red element allied at the start of the battle. Viole rides the blue ore to a safe location when attacked at close range, increases his attack by 8% until the end of the battle. Cooldown is 5 seconds. Max attack increases 5 stacks. The cooldown is reduced to 2 seconds if Thorn is active. So, really, really, really meant to shine with the red team. So, you know what we might do, guys? We might do 2 tests here, okay? Okay, good. He's still here. Great. Okay. So, the first test we're going to do is we're going to run him with a red team. Okay, I'm going to run a red team and kind of see. I won't put all reds just because I think that's not going to work. And we'll put him actually at the top echelon here for damage. We won't run all reds, but I will run most reds, okay? Just so we kind of get a general sense of how he's going to do, and how he's going to be in a predominantly red team, okay? So I'll put her here, and I'll put, you know what? I'll use Evan for survivability purposes, and let's see how this team does, okay? Now, you can see the power difference is fairly high, right? Like, it's almost double what a mine is. I mean, it's more than double, really. So let's just see how the red team survives. I'm curious to mostly see his damage at the end. If I win or not, it's not the point here. I actually want to see his performance as a character. Now, I'm going to then put him in with 2 stall tanks next if we lose. And then I'm going to put him in with someone like a damage dealer like Hats and see how his damage is compared to someone like my Hats who's a free-to-play Hats, right? So let's see how he does here in this performance. And we're going to try to see if we can see his moves here. Okay, so the Thorn is that... I don't think it's already out yet. So there's the Bong right there. Evan Kale's already dead. So there's a teleport in. Does the that's a lot of damage. Holy. So here's a Thorn. Okay, so we're going to see the move finally. I have to admit, that looks badass, man. That looks so good. So there's the Thorn. It's out now. Okay, so now we know his swiftness is going to increase substantially. So now he should be doing a lot more damage. Oh, everyone else is dead, though. But let's see. I'm curious to see how the damage looks here when he's done. Come on, do your special. Oh, I guess he can't. Oh, because I guess the special is already up. Right. Okay, that makes sense. So you can see he's teleporting back and forth. The teleport move is happening. He hasn't done the Bong yet. Okay, so right there we can see. Now let's go look at his damage. Okay, this was just to see how his damage is. Okay, battle stats. Oh yeah, he does great damage. Like he did a lot of damage. It's really, really good. Okay, so let's go back now. We're going to back out. We're going to try him with a non-red team with a little bit more survivability. Because my red team is absolute garbage on my free-to-play right now. So I want to test him out on a non-red team. Oh, I hope I didn't back out too many times where I can't use him anymore. That would really suck. Okay, no, he's still there. Good. Okay, so we're going to leave Shia in. I want to leave her in. I'm going to put in Hats in here now for DPS. And I'm going to compare him. I'm going to put 2 stall tanks in here. Okay, we're not going to put... You know what? Actually, I'm going to put Evan in. Forget Hats. I mean, not Hats. Sorry, forget Shia. We're going to put Evan in. And we're going to see if the survivability increases here with Evan. And how Viole performs against another top end DPS. Okay, so this is my F2P Hats. This whole account is F2P. So I'm just curious to see the side-by-side comparison compared to the other SSR pluses. Now, we clearly see in the battle versus Evan Kale, he obviously survived longer than her and did way more damage. Clearly, she died fairly quickly, right? So it might be safe enough to say right now for free-to-play, he might be the better option between him and Evan Kale for survival and at least for damage at the moment. We haven't fully seen the two of them side-by-side where they both survive for damage, but we'll see shortly against Hats, and I'm curious to see how the difference is now because obviously he's not getting the benefit of a red team, so the swiftness and everything drops, or his attack, or his swiftness, I forgot what it was, but something drops pretty substantially by not being around red, right? So here's his Thorn. Okay, so far this team is obviously lasting a lot longer. Those stall tanks are huge. Let's see if Hats can pull off. Okay, so 1 stall tank dead, 2 stall tanks dead. I don't know why my Hats is just not doing his special, which is really weird. Okay, so let's just see here. I mean, they both survive fairly long. Let's just see what happens here, okay? Again, this is just a test, right, guys? This is to see how well he does. So, again, last to survive, okay, if we look at the battle stats, yeah, he outperformed Hats as well. So, you can see here the damages. And now he is in the A section. Now, let's do one more test, okay? We're going to do retry, and we're going to swap these two guys out right here. Actually, let's do it this way. We'll put Hats here instead, and we'll put Viole here. Okay, now I want to see how well he does in a lower stat Shinsu link compared to Hats, who's in a higher stat. Okay, now keeping in mind, of course, Hats is still going against Yuri, which is a tank, but that shouldn't really make that much of a difference, right? So let's see. Personally, right now, at the look of it, guys, honestly, Viole looks pretty good for free to play. I mean, I don't think he's going to require that many dupes to do pretty decent damage. Survivability is a different thing altogether, but I think if you put him around with the right team, it'll be a whole different story, right? So there's the Bong again. Let's see the difference. Now, let's see if the Shinsu link made the difference versus Hats now having the higher Shinsu link. Let's see who does better damage this time, right? Okay, so you see he hasn't been touched yet, obviously, right? Being a ranged DPS gives him that advantage to stay pretty far away. Like, DPS like in Dorsey also might affect him quite a bit, obviously, because he's back there. But remember, he does have that move where he moves away or teleports away from the opponent. So we may see a pretty deep... There's the Thorn again. When that Thorn comes out, things get serious. Like with him, he gets very powerful. Okay, now let's just see what's going on with my Hats. I'm not sure why he's not doing his special. There we go. He did it that time. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now we got a little more survivability this time, right? You guys can see there, we're all surviving this time. Now we know that Thorn is. That was good damage. That was really okay. So here we go. This is going to be the real test, right? Let's see where the damage. Now if he's even close to Hats. Not even close. Not even close. So there you go, guys. So I mean, you guys can tell the Shinsu Link makes a pretty big difference. Okay, next test. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more test here, and I'm gonna compare them side by side this time. We're going to put another support for Viole. I'll just use them all up today. I don't mind. Don't worry. We'll use this, guys. Shout out to whoever you are on my friend list. We're going to do this different. We're going to do 141, 141. So we're going to do the exact same setup here. Okay, guys? We're going to put Hats here like this. Okay, we're going to go 1 and 1, so they're exactly the same. And this time, I'm going to put Evan Kale in here as the 158. We'll throw in Haryun here, and we'll throw in Shia. Where are you? Okay, we're going to test this team out. Now, I'm going to actually swap these two out here like this, just so we have a little more support. Let's see how this looks now. I'm curious to see if Evan Kale's DPS with that Shinsu Link makes a big difference. And then we're going to see if Hats now and Viole both can, where they are with the same Shinsu Link. So 2 grade Bs, 2 141s. Let's see who performs better, right? Again, this is all testing purposes. I want to see how we do here for each of these units, and I'm hoping to see fairly good results. Okay, let's see. So you can see here right away, Haryun's about to die, which really, really sucks. But my Evan Kale may survive. Let's skip this. And let's see the damage from her now, because I'm hoping to see fairly good response with her being in the 151. Now, I'm hoping also that Viole's DPS is going to go up because he has all these reds surrounding him outside of Hats, right? So let's see how this looks, guys. Okay, so much better that time with the red team. And let's see the battle stats. 478. Yeah, still not that high. And you can see Evan Kale did way better, obviously, because she is mass AoE. So, safe to say, guys, it's circumstantial where his DPS is. And as a free-to-play, he may not really serve your goal. So, I don't think the priority for SSR's pluses are going to change. I think it's still going to be Evan. I still think it's going to be Datamashini. And I still think it's going to be Data Zahard for the SSR pluses for stall tanks. And quite honestly, from a DPS perspective, he may be better than Evan Kale for survivability because he's ranged. But Evan Kale, obviously, when performing well, will destroy him in terms of out DPSing or not, right? So, you can see here gear-wise, not the greatest gear on this person either. Like, he doesn't have all, but I mean, if you compare it to my Evan Kale, really, it's not much different, right? Really not much different. Actually, they're almost on par. 319. What's he at here? 195. Now, the 319 is probably coming from the fact that she's in the 158 A slot, right? 470. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a huge difference in power. So, realistically, I mean, if you compare the power difference, maybe he's actually not that bad. Like, 195, 574 versus 398 here. Or 319 and then 4 something. And, I mean, he's doing, like, a quarter of her damage on a short. You know what? I'll take it back. I think Evan Kale's not as good as Viole. I think Viole's much better. Now that I'm seeing the difference in power, the Shinsu Link, and then also the fact that he is surviving much longer, he is having way better buffs for himself, and the fact that he's under a B 141 versus an A 158 with half the power almost, he's actually doing a third of the damage, which makes sense. So I think they're pretty on par, or he might be just a slight bit better. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'm curious about your comments about Viole. What do you guys think about him? If you guys have him and have been using him, let me know if I went wrong somewhere. But I think the showcase pretty much gives you guys an idea of whether he's worth it or not. So I don't think he's priority still. I still think there are other better SSR pluses out there that you as free-to-play players should prioritize over him, even though he's the newest, greatest thing. From a toy perspective, remember there are better units out there that might be better suited for your account. Okay guys, this is Payne. Talk to you in the next one.